or good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Just wanted to give you a little Devo for today. One of the things I just was reading in the Word the other day, a really neat promise, and it's taken out of the book of Psalms. It's in Psalm 66:12. Uh, this psalmist in 66:12 says, You've caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and we went through water, but you brought us out to rich fulfillment. And it's the recount of a servant of God saying, we went through some really tough times. You allowed this. You kind of led our lives in this direction. And we went through fire and went through water. Sometimes it feels like you're drowning, and other times it feels like it's so hot. And he's saying we went through a spectrum of trials and difficult times. But I love the fact that it says, I like how it says we went through fire and water. We didn't stay there. Maybe you're in a season of that right now. And it says there that, but you brought us out to rich fulfillment. You see, the fire of affliction in very difficult times in our lives really does purify us. It gets rid of the garbage. It gets rid of nonsensical pursuits or trivial concerns. And our faith comes forth like gold, becomes purer, stronger. Um, these fires of affliction, these waters of trouble are meant to cleanse and to purify and bring us out to rich fulfillment. I think of Job back in Job 23:10. He says, in the middle of his affliction, he says, but he, God, knows the way that I take. And when he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold. Instead of us focusing on how much we hate where we are, let's look at where we're going to be. Let's believe that. And I like too, because it says, when he has tested me, I shall come forth. He shall bring me into rich fulfillment. There is a destination. We're not just stuck in this hurricane or tornado of affliction. We're going to get through it, and we're going to come forth as gold. We're going to come forth with rich fulfillment. Lastly, I think of Jesus after he went through all those intense trials and temptations he went through with Satan in the wilderness. It says in Luke 4:1, right after all those hard things, it says, then Jesus, being filled with the Holy Spirit, returned from the Jordan and was led by I'm sorry, wrong one. Let me re-say that. That's when Luke 4:14, I apologize. Then Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee. And I like it because after he was led by the Spirit into the Jordan to be tested, he returned to where he was. He went back to some of his normal, but he wasn't normal. It says he in Luke 4:14, he returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee. So that should really minister to us that whatever, if we're in the middle of the wilderness or we're being harassed, we're going to return to things that we used to do with power of the Holy Spirit. So remember that our fires and waters are to cause us to come forth as gold, bring us to rich fulfillment, and that we would get back to our day-to-day lives in the power of the Holy Spirit. So we may not like where we are, but you're going to really love where he's taking you through it. Have a great day.